Earlier this week, we got our official first look at the Blood of Dawnwalker, and I cannot stop thinking about this game. I am absolutely obsessed with it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me break it down for you. The Blood of Dawnwalker is a single-player, third-person, dark fantasy RPG created by Rebel Wolves, a new studio founded at the beginning of 2022 by ex-CDPR veterans, including The Witcher 3 base game, Hearts of Stone, and Blood and Wine director himself. And the premise of the game takes place in Vale Zangora, a fictional location taking place in the very real Carpathian mountain range in 14th century medieval Europe. There, the population has been ravaged by the Black Death, and humanity is now in a weakened state. There, creatures of the night seize the opportunity and step out of the shadows, making fantasy suddenly become reality. Brensis, a 1,200-year-old vampire originally hailing from ancient Rome, and his clique of other vampires kill the old lord and insert themselves as the new masters of the valley, treating the peasantry not just as servants but as quite literally human cattle. And in it, the protagonist's family has been captured, making the main goal of the game as to rescue your family. But there is a major twist. You are the Dawnwalker. Per the game's lore, the origin of a vampire is very much different from how we've seen it in other mediums and interpretations. Vampires in this universe never stop growing their teeth, which are actually needles instead of the traditional fangs. And so to create another vampire, a member of the species must sacrifice one of their tooths and plunge it into the heart of their victim. And that is precisely what happens to our main protagonist, Cohen, who is actually quite unique in this regard because he is the Dawnwalker. He's a young man with argyria, which is silver poisoning, which he contracted from working in the mines as a child, which then makes him uniquely immune to the full powers of a vampire. He becomes a somewhat in-between, not quite human, but not quite vampire, and that actually translates into the gameplay as well, because during the day you will use a sword and look like an ordinary human, but come nightfall you will gain access to a whole plethora of vampiric abilities to use as a predator of the night. And saying all that, the lore, the world building, the story, it just sounds rad as hell, dude. I am so excited for this game. This is one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen for a video game. This just sounds amazing. I love the gloom and the darkness of the architecture, the atmosphere. The art style just looks incredible. And again, it does emulate the vibes of The Witcher in such a splendid way, but also has that unique twist of being sort of a real world interpretation mixed with fantasy. But besides that, let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for it? Did you even know about this game? Because it just sounds so good, and I absolutely cannot wait. I'm literally obsessed with that trailer. I think it's so good. But again, let me guys know what you think down in the comments below.